Welcome back to Cornucopia Farmstead. Rick and I stayed up way too late last night watching the University of Georgia versus University of Tennessee game. You guys know we're big Georgia fans. We're born and raised in Georgia. The leaves on our trees have started to change colors and they're falling. I guess it's fall here in Georgia. It's about 82 degrees today. It's pretty warm outside. So what we're doing today is using the 372 to cut down this tree right here. I'll show you. So this is the tree that we're going to be harvesting today. It's an ash tree, and we're going to be using the 372 from Farmmac. They say that ash is even stronger than oak. So if that's true, we'll be testing the 372 today to see how it does. Down in Georgia, it doesn't get that cold in the winters. Maybe January and February, it might be. We'll have a few days down in the 20s, but Rick and I do like to use a lot of firewood, use it to build a fire, even when it gets cool. Cool to us can be about 65 degrees. So we're going to use the 372 to take down this tree, chop it up into some firewood, and use that in the coming months. If you're interested in the 372 clone, we do have some other videos. I'll link those up right here, and you can check them out if you get a chance. Let's get started. So look at the way this tree fell. What are the chances that that one limb landed right in the crotch of that other tree?
That's what I was shooting for. It's a crotch shot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Everybody does that. Bucking does it all the time.
Pretty cool. So how do you think that saw did?
What's up?
The 372?
Oh, the 372. I think it was fine. I think it did fine. Yeah. I mean, it's a clone saw. I mean, that doesn't mean that it's good or bad, but yeah, compared to normal knockoffs or whatever, this being a Husqvarna 372 knockoff, if the 372 Husqvarna, the 372 XP is something, which I've never ran one, but yes, this saw does run differently than what the typical steel knockoffs do. Yeah, but yeah, I'm surprised. Is it any better than the other steel knockoffs? It's probably the same, but definitely has different characteristics as far as the way the engine runs. Honestly, it's you can hear it in the pinging of the motor for sure. It's different than your normal steel knockoff for sure. So.
Well, it fell beautiful. Yeah, it fell beautifully.
Yeah,
right where you wanted. Yeah.
I was happy with that. It's not going to be too much work to get it out, but it'll be okay.
Yeah, to make good firewood.
Yeah. Next year anyway.
Yeah.
Or backlogs. Y'all know what backlogs are. Backlogs are like wet wood you put at the end of the night. You put it on your stove or put it in your fireplace. And because it's wet, but your fire is established, because it's wet, it'll last longer versus your normal dry wood, which you can pretty much time that out. But you usually keep a more wet set of firewood to use as backlogs at the end of the day or end of the night or whatever. That way you don't have to worry about waking up in the middle of the night and putting the wood on your fire.
Yeah, it's 83 degrees and we're talking about firewood.
Yeah.
The bugs are terrible.
Yeah, let's start a fire. Roast some marshmallows.
Yeah, next week it'll be 30.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah,
I
all right.
hope it will.
Would be nice. All right, and eat up with bugs. You ready to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think?
I think 80 feet of tree. He was on the side of the trail, and we're going to eventually make the trail a little bit wider. So some of the trees that were directly on the side, they're going to get cut down anyway. And we do have one big red oak that's going to come. It's going to come down, but this is one of those. But also we need to get ready for next year's firewood too. And this, the whole reason why I bought a clone saw to begin with was because I wanted a backup for my other saw, which is a Poulan 50cc saw, and it's already been rebuilt once or twice, I know. But even after you rebuild it so many times, it pretty much, the whole bottom end of the saw needs to be rebuilt. For that price, I could get one of these. And so that's what I did a couple of years ago, and that's how that all got started. But you know, I think we made a video on the 372 a couple of weeks ago. Something
We
like
did.
that.
We'll post it at the top of this video.
But and it runs different than the other saws. It seems like the power band is a little bit sharper, probably a little bit more on the top end of the saw compared to some of the other 70cc saws. They're more of the last 75% to the top, whereas this one is probably the last 80% to the top. I wouldn't say that it doesn't have as much torque as them. It's just a different feeling, and I think that's just because it's the Husqvarna design. But it is a good running saw. We did use the 843, which is, I think, the Husqvarna 537 XP clone, I think, or 543 XP clone, I think is what it is. We did use it for limbing it up on some of the smaller limbs. I do have it leaned out a little bit too much, but I compensated for that by not going full throttle all the way. I know it might seem like it was full throttle, but it wasn't. I've got it too lean. But anyway, those are the saws we use today, and we'll keep using the 372. We'll probably use it for quite a little while here. It's a nice running saw. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with your friends. We really appreciate it.
Bye.